Hey guys, LC Comics here, and today I'm going to be doing my top 10 favourite volumes of comics. I guess it's like my top 10 trade paperback, but could also be hardcovers, but there aren't any hardcovers. It's my I don't know exactly what I'm going to call this. It's just like my top 10 trade volumes. So yeah, if that makes any sense. So first off, I've got to start with an honourable mention, because there was 11 I wanted to put in here, but I could only get 10. So my number 11, I guess, is Carnage. Collects the miniseries Carnage 1 to 5. It's got really like creepy art style, and it features like, if you can see that, it features Spider-Man and Iron Man and Carnage. Carnage is the villain, as he always is. But yeah, it's really enjoyable. Number 11. It's all up from here. So now into the actual top 10. Number 10 is Green Arrow Year 1. This is telling of Oliver Queen's origin story as Green Arrow. Really enjoyable volume. If you want to get into Green Arrow, this is the best place to start. Tells you all about like how he became Green Arrow, basically how he became an archer, and how he took down these criminals to basically become Green Arrow. So yeah, this was enjoyable. If you want to start Green Arrow, definitely start with this. So my number 9 is Deathstroke New 52 Volume 1 Legacy. Again, this is a really good starting point if you want to get into Deathstroke. Obviously, if you know me, you know Deathstroke's my favourite character. This is a really enjoyable volume. However, don't bother getting Volume 2 because it was pretty shit, to put it lightly. But yeah, this volume is really interesting, and it kind of reintroduces you to the character of Deathstroke, Slade Wilson. So yeah, this is my number 9. Yes, this is my number 9 favourite trade. Number 8 is Venom vs Carnage. This came before Carnage. It's essentially a prequel, or Carnage is a sequel to this. It's got the same artist doing the same creepy art, and it also introduces a character called Carnage. Not a character called Carnage. A character called Toxin. If you look there, it's creepy art. A character called Toxin, who's a really interesting character. He's basically Carnage's child, like Carnage is Venom's child. But yeah, really interesting. I recommend this to a lot of people. It's cheap, it's easy to get. You know, if you want to pick this up, go ahead and do that. So yeah, Venom vs Carnage is my number 8. So my number 7 favourite trade is Autumn Lands Volume 2. I also have the first volume of this, but I found that dragged quite a bit. It was all setting up the universe, but it was worth it for this volume. As soon as you get into Volume 2, it's a lot better, a lot more interesting, really picks up, and I did find myself really enjoying this volume. My number 7 favourite trade is Autumn Lands Volume 2. At number 6 we have a volume from possibly my favourite running comics, or one of my favourite running comics anyway. It's Red Lantern's Atrocities, which is Volume 5 in the 6th volume New 52 Red Lantern series. This was really enjoyable. It's where Supergirl becomes a Red Lantern, Guy Gardner's a Red Lantern. It's just a lot of fun. I really enjoy this volume, and I really enjoy this whole run. I recommend it to a lot of people all the time, because I'm like, hey, this is a good run, get this. So yeah, Red Lantern's Volume 5 Atrocities is my number 6 favourite trade. My 5th favourite trade is Nemesis by Mark Millar. Really fun. It's basically, what if Batman was evil and there was no superheroes to stop him? Really interesting story. And Millar World, because it's by Mark Millar, Millar World has just been picked up by Netflix, so hopefully they make a film for this, because this is a really good story. I'd love to see it translated into film. Really good. Anyone can pick this up. It's a singular story, singular volume. So yeah, Nemesis, number 5, 5th favourite trade. Okay, so my 4th favourite trade, you've seen this series already in this list. It's Red Lanterns, but it's Volume 4. Volume 4 obviously comes before Volume 5, makes sense. It's called Blood Brothers. It's very enjoyable. Basically starts the rise of Guy Gardner in the ranks of the Red Lanterns. Really enjoyable. This and Volume 5 is what made me fall in love with the character. It's putting it heavy. Made me come to really like the character of Guy Gardner. So yeah, Red Lanterns Volume 4 is my, fittingly, 4th favourite trade. Now on to my top 3 favourite trades. This one I just couldn't put down at all. I loved it so much. It's Deathstroke Volume 2, God Killer. Now this is in the second New 52 run, don't get confused, because I know earlier in the video I said, when I was talking about Deathstroke Legacy, I said don't bother getting the second volume because it's not very good. This is a different run, so this run came way after that, and Volume 1 of this was pretty good, wasn't amazing, but Volume 2, I loved it so much. It mixes Deathstroke with the Greek mythology of Wonder Woman, which is the part of Wonder Woman that I actually like. I love Greek mythology, I love Deathstroke. It reminded me so much of the God of War games, which are some of my favourite games of like all time. So yeah, Deathstroke Volume 2, God Killer, so good. I enjoyed it so much, and this is my third favourite trade of all time. So now on to my second favourite trade. I know I've recommended this to so many people. I'm pretty sure they just get sick of me now, just saying, oh yeah, you should get this, you should get this. And it is Seven to Eternity Volume 1. I've told so many people to read it. It was just really gripping. I love the world that was built on here. The artwork is amazing. Let me show you. Like, oh, look at that. It's awesome. Yeah, Jerome Pena is one of my favourite artists in comics. Rick Remender, one of my favourite writers in comics. I've picked up loads of his stuff since reading this, because I loved reading this. I can't wait for Volume 2. If you're watching this, buy this. See, now I've literally recommended it to like anyone and everyone. It's my second favourite trade of all time. I really enjoyed this. Yes, get this. Cool. So my number one favourite trade of all time. This is a big moment, okay? If you know me, I talk about it a lot. It's not entry level when it comes to comics. Like, I'd love to recommend this to so many people, but I can't, because you need to know a lot of backstory for it. My favourite trade of all time is Green Arrow by Kevin Smith. He rebooted Green Arrow, he brought him back to life. I was about to say, he basically brought him back to life. That's exactly what he did. He brought him back to life in this great story. This one trade is 15 issues long. It collects his whole run, Kevin Smith's whole run on Green Arrow. Kevin Smith is one of my favourite comic writers. He's also a film director, which is what I want to be. He's a film writer, producer, you know. He does a lot, but he's a very talented writer. If you're into Green Arrow and you know your comics and you know your comic history, definitely pick this up. This is such a great volume. Definitely worth the price as well. It's not even that expensive. It's like, I got it for like £10 for 15 issues. That's an amazing price. So yeah, Green Arrow by Kevin Smith is my favourite trade of all time. Remember though, although I've just said all these are my favourite of all time, this list is very liable to change. Right now I have a large pile of TBR, to be read, that could change this list very quickly. Currently I'm reading East of West Year 1. Let me show you this. I'm currently reading this beast of a book. It's, my first deluxe edition hardcover. It's huge. It collects the first 15 issues of East of West. I read the first issue and I loved it, so I was like, I could tell I'd loved it. So I started reading this. Very good so far. Not on the list, I just wanted to show you guys because it's really good. Really cool, sorry. I like the deluxe edition. Anyway, if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed it, comment your favourite trade or your top 10, either one. If you want to buy any of these trades that I've spoken about, any manga, any novels, anything, and you want to buy it from Wordery, which I do recommend, I have an affiliate link in the description. Click on that link and then buy anything. I get a 5% kickback. You don't spend any extra money, so you know, no one's losing out there. We're all gaining. Also, you can use discount code BEACHBOOK, all caps. I'll leave that in the description as well. That's just something that I know of that you can use if you're buying more than one item, and you get like 10% off or something. So you know, that's a little bonus for you. Thank you for watching. Keep reading comics, and I'll see you later.